welcome to the old horseshoe in the banks of the Olentangy. Home to the Ohio State Buckeyes, one of the great settings in sport, and man, this place is rocking today. This is not just a regular matchup. Battle of top 10 teams, two teams colliding early in the season. One team can make a strong statement about the season ahead, as we'll see the number 5 team in the country, the Western Michigan Broncos, taking on the 8th-ranked team, the Ohio State Buckeyes. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, here in the booth with Kirk Herbstreit. I think we've talked long enough, Kirk. Let's get this game going. Buckeyes will kick it away to start us off. And it's fielded. Returner trying to make something happen. He's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start. So the Western Michigan Broncos offense comes on the field to open this game. And there comes the star running back onto the field. He is a special talent. You talk to opponents, he's always the focal point when they face this offense.
Boy, Chris, this guy is special. It's almost like he floats across the field. I mean, I don't think anyone can take him down in the open field. He's the guy the teams try to key on, but sometimes it feels as though...
And look, he's going to take a shot right away. Caught way downfield for a huge gain. And they'll bring him down, but this offense creates a huge chunk play. We have an absolute lightning strike on the first play from scrimmage here.
How about that? Right out of the gate, they're going for the big play, and they hit it. What a way to jumpstart this offense.
They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time.
Well, this is what coaches love to see. A quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get it to the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we have good recognition by the quarterback. Then he gets it down to the tight end. You can see what he can do after the catch.
That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game.
Will he score here? And he will score. Touchdown, Western Michigan. They'll try to add the lead now with the PAT. And the PAT makes it 7-0. Getting set to kick the ball off now. And he takes this from inside the 5. Makes it to the 16. That's good coverage there. So Ohio State's offense gets their first crack now. More of this game within the game curve. You got the quarterback and the corner, two of the better guys in the country at their position, very aware of each other.
And on the other side, you got a quarterback that has an attitude. He doesn't care. He's confident in his ability to shift and move a defense at will. It's going to be a great matchup.
They'll bring him down just short of the 20.
Nice solid run here by this back. Did a nice job of just kind of finding that lane, pick up some positive yards there on 1st and 10.
Second down, we're going to throw it. That's the running back who makes the catch across the middle. They wrap him up, but the gain is good enough for a first down.
One thing I love about this back is how he gets involved in the passing game. Nice catch here.
Receiver in motion now. Quick throw, testing the middle. Looks downfield and finds a receiver who worked his way wide open. Big play across midfield. They'll spot it near the 36.
Boy, what a big-time play here by this wide receiver. You know, sometimes, Chris, I wonder if Woody Hayes would be enjoying this modern passing attack from his Buckeyes. And I'd like to think that winning would outweigh any concerns he may have about that ball being in the air so often.
Here comes a first down pass attempt. And it's picked off. He throws it right into double coverage and pays for it. Not a big return, but the pick ends the scoring threat. The offense will now take over at the 30. An inside give now from the shotgun. They've got him down out near the 40.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
Take it down, but not before he makes the first down.
Well, it's a nice job up front by the offensive line, but give the running back an assist for setting those blocks up before he's able to get downfield for the first down.
They're going to run it. It's a 1-yard gain. 2nd and 9 coming up. Here's the snap, looking to throw here. It's a quick grab.
Well, they don't pick up the first down here, but if you can use the quick passing game to stay ahead of the chains, it definitely helps your offense. And if that defense starts to creep up and take that away, that's when you can take a shot downfield.
That's a good effort on the run, but the defense stops him just short of the marker. 4th down now. And the coach has made the call, needing to extend this drive. The offense is out there to go for it. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff. Minimal gain brought down short of the marker.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound, and it's really solid defense on that play.
Looks over the middle, and that's complete. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play.
Man, Chris, everything seems to be clicking for this offense. And if they can keep this up through all four quarters, it could get really ugly by the fourth.
Breaks free. Extending the play now. Slides down to avoid the tackle.
Well, they did a good job of getting pressure on the quarterback, but, man, make the play. Bring him down. Instead, they give up positive yards here on the scramble.
A pop pass on the jet sweep. And they wrap him up after the completion just short of the first down marker. So here we go now, 3rd and short from the opponent's 24-yard line. What will the offense choose to do at this point? And he's tackled, but only after picking up a first down.
Chris, I always get a kick out of how much advice defensive players get on 3rd down. You can hear the bench screaming, the crowd is screaming, watch the draw, watch the screen, watch the pass downfield. Rarely do you hear them say, watch the fullback. There he just slips the screen for a first down.
Second down after that run on the previous play. There's some pre-snap movement in the backfield. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. Defense gets him down, but they'll take the gain on that play. And here comes the noise. This crowd is trying to inspire this defense to make a big red zone stop. He'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Well, Kurt, Western Michigan has the lead here. Let's check out the stats now through the opening period.
Western Michigan, 7. Ohio State, 0.
Plenty of time for some plot twists here as we begin the second quarter. So here we go, an exciting start to the quarter as the offense sets up with a 1st and goal. You snap it, quarterback looking to throw the ball. Looks left and finds his target there. Tackled at the 6-yard line after the completion. Offense really threatening now.
How about this defense? That is called team pursuit. Swarming to this wide receiver on the screen and not allowing him to get his momentum upfield.
They'll try to power it in right up the middle. Couldn't quite get there. Brought down at the 2.
Good job by the offensive line to get some positive yards, but not quite into the end zone. Now we're going to have a 3rd and goal.
He's swarmed by the defense.
Tell you what, for a tired defense that's been out on that field for a long time on this drive, what a stop there on 3rd and goal. It brings us to 4th and goal. And as a head coach on the offensive side, when you put together this kind of drive, you're this close.
And he gets to the end zone. Touchdown, Broncos.
Chris, what about the mentality here from this offensive coordinator? Instead of throwing the football, they decide to get behind the offensive line, get physical with this defense, and pound it into the end zone.
Extra point knocked right down the middle.
Western Michigan, 14. Ohio State.
Now the kickoff team is out on the field.
Number 18, set to advance on the football.
So no return here. He takes it in the end zone, and they'll begin the drive at the 25. Here comes the Buckeye offense onto the field. They had some good things going in the last drive, but it ended suddenly with the pick. Let's see what they can do here. This line getting set up. It's a first down play. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Lets it fly to the wideout. Finds a man to the left. Big catch downfield. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks. More than enough for a first down. Gain moves the ball to the 43. First down coming up. And they'll give it to the back. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Loss of 2. Second down coming up.
Second down play coming up. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. The pocket breaking down. Couldn't find anybody open. He just has to throw it away.
Chris, on this play, he has nobody open. It's better than taking a sack. He doesn't get intentional grounding because where he threw it, there was an intended receiver. I think there's no harm, no foul here.
Got him. He's sacked.
Good pressure here by this defense, but it felt like the quarterback held on to the ball a little bit too long to come up with that sack for the D.
The Buckeyes will have to kick this away. That's the first punt today for the offense. The coverage team makes the stop on this return. Here comes Western Michigan's offense out there. They take the field with serious momentum. They have been tough to stop so far. Can they keep it going? First down play call. How aggressive will it be? Solid gain. Moves the ball to the 37.
I tell you, to be able to pick up a nice gain like that, those offensive linemen have to sustain their blocks. Gave them a chance at a really nice gain.
Offense getting set. It's second down. Pre-snap motion from the receiver. The back's got it again. And he's brought down, but not before he gets first down yardage.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
Getting set. Here's second down. From the shotgun, an inside handoff. The sophomore with a strong tackle there.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
They've converted both previous fourth down attempts, so why not try to make it 3 for 3? Try to make it with a quarterback sneak.
And one of the things we love about this guy is his ability to use his legs when he has to. And I almost feel like he got behind that offensive line, and because of his size, I don't know if they were able to locate him. By the time they did, it's a first down for the offense.
From the pocket, delivers over the middle. They bring down the receiver, but that's a nice gain on that play.
Quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a first down. But instead, he gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
Well executed. He finds space and gets the first down yardage.
This defense has got to do a better job in coverage if they want to get off the field anytime soon. You keep defending like that, and this offense could have 50 on you by the end of this game.
Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play.
You know who's got to love this offense picking up so many first downs? Their own defense. Man, when I played, I used to have defensive guys come down and tell me when we'd have a long drive how much it would allow them to rest and go out and play dominant football.
Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. They get him down, but that's a solid gain.
A lot of times these types of plays either go for nothing or they can go for a huge chunk of yards. Here they do a nice job of getting it to the outside, turning it upfield, and ended up getting a nice gain out of it.
Here comes a crucial second down play. Every yard tough to find down here in the red zone. It's a screen pass complete to the running back. That play is blown up. Defense makes the tackle in the backfield.
The offensive line does everything they can to try to protect the quarterback to give him enough time to find an open receiver. But there's nobody there downfield. He ends up throwing it to the back. But how about the speed of this defense? Now you're looking at a third down.
And a timeout is called to talk strategy. Close game here as we approach halftime. So they'll pass up the chip shot field goal attempt and go for it on fourth down. And the quarterback dropping back. Makes the catch, and that is enough for a first down. Forced out of bounds after a nice gain. The offense is knocking on the door with a first and goal.
Boy, that conversion right there was an absolute dart by the quarterback, hitting his receiver, and the ball comes out that fast to put so much pressure on the...
He powers into the end zone. Touchdown, Western Michigan. And now they'll set up for the point after. And the kick is up and good. They tack on a point to their lead. Now they get set to kick it away.
That makes the score Western Michigan 21, Ohio State 0.
Doesn't bring the kick out. Touchback. They'll start at the 25. Here comes the powerful Ohio State offense onto the field. They're in a hole here before they have a chance to regroup at halftime. Let's see if they can cut into this big lead. Here's a shot toward the right sideline. Aggressive call, a deep shot on first down, but incomplete. Here's the second down play. After the incompletion on first down, looking to throw it again. And this pass is on target, caught. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down. First down here for this offense. There's the snap, and he's looking to throw. He's running out of time here. And the senior making a disruptive impact play. Offense stops the clock with their second timeout to talk strategy.
That's a really nice job of bouncing back by this defense after giving up that big gain. This time they get the pressure and bring that quarterback down.
Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. Catch made on the right side. And they bring him down. That's a very solid gain, but still well short of the marker. And he'll drop back here on third down. And he's going to fling it deep, going for it all here. And it's picked off in the end zone. Look out, he's got some space. That's a pick and a long return before finally being taken down.
Not a real good throw here. He put too much air under the ball, turned into a floater. Now defensively, this is a dream. All you're thinking in that situation is just don't drop it. It's almost like a fair catch on a punt.
The receiver makes the grab. Tackle right at the 30, good enough to move the sticks. First down and 10 now. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. Goes to his right side there for the completion. The offense will take their first 10 out of the half to talk strategy here.
This is an example of a quarterback and his offense just taking what the defense gives you. Not a huge play, but positive yards. The defense wants to give that throw to you. You take it, get the ball to your receiver, stay ahead of the sticks.
Now the offense will spend a timeout here, wanting to come up with a perfect call on this important play coming up. So the offense looking to be efficient here. Not much time remaining before the end of the half. Going to pick up the third and short through the air. And the sophomore making an impact play. And now the defense will call a timeout before this critical down, just to get everybody on the same page. They bring the punter onto the field now. He's got an opening. Watch out. He's got great speed. They finally make the stop after a big gain, but that'll wrap up the first half of play. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update.
Guys, who's had a better seat there in Columbus for an entertaining first half than you? It's been a fun start to this one, and this offense has really been the story. They've opened up a sizable lead, and unless something drastic changes, things might get even more out of hand. A combination of lethal efficiency, and that offensive line has been the key. They've mauled that defense and also just about broken their will. Either way, it's time to find out. Back to the best in the biz for the start of this third quarter.
All right, Kevin, thank you. We appreciate the breakdown. Well, he thought about coming out, but instead takes a knee to bring the football to the 25-yard line. And the Ohio State offense comes back onto the field. They get the second half started with their running play. The gain moves the ball to the 34. The Buckeyes will come to the line to run the hurry up. Sticking with the running game. Breaks loose at the 45. And a big game before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs. It's an important first down on that running play.
Outstanding blocking on the left side of that offensive line. That's really what opened up this play. They did their job, and you can see the results. You burst open and get a big gain on the ground. If I were them, I'd keep going to that side and see how much more success they can have.
Takes the handoff and tests the left side. It's a 2-yard gain. 2nd and 8. Offense cranking up the tempo now. No huddle. And he's got it again. It tests the middle but gets stuck. That run goes nowhere.
Chris, I'll be really honest with you. I don't know why they continue to try to run the football. I'm all about balance. I'm all about trying to make sure defense has to defend the run and the throw. But at this point in the game, they haven't been able to run the ball. They're going to have to go through the air if they're going to come back and take the lead in this game at some point.
Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. It's a short completion to the big tight end. Defense stops him short of the marker, so now it's 4th down.
Chris, great effort here by this defense to keep him short of the first down. Now they've got a tough decision to make here on this 4th down and short.
The offense trailing here in the second half. This is a crucial 4th down try. Play action fake, looking to throw. Looking for his big tight end. But it's incomplete. The defense makes a huge 4th down stop. The Broncos offense back on the field now. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. Looks to his left and makes the completion.
You know, each receiver brings something a little bit different to the table, Chris. To me, the outside receiver is usually a little bit longer, taller guys. You get those slot receivers in the inside. Not only can they make the catch, but they have quickness to make plays after the catch. Great example of that right here.
They bring him down, but not before he gains first down yardage.
You know, to me, Chris, with this offense, it's almost an extension of their running game. You put the receiver out in motion, you flip the ball out to him, out to the outside, let him do what he does best, which is use his instincts, and he picks up a first down.
They bring him down, but a solid gain there in first down. Needs to be just inches short of the marker.
Well, the running back that time just kind of sneaks out of the backfield and shows his hands on that nice catch.
2nd down after that completion. Pop pass on the jet sweep. Great cut there. Good enough for first down yardage.
A nice little simple touch pass here by the quarterback, getting the ball out to the receiver who's in motion. Look, that doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down, and no offense is ever going to say no to moving the chains.
A gain of 2 yards. Now it's 2nd down and 8.
With the defense coordinator this week, all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
And he floats this pass deep down the right side. Touchdown, Broncos. And the beatdown continues. And they'll set up for the PAT. The extra point makes it a 28-zip lead. Kickoff team on the field getting set now.
That makes the score Western Michigan 28, Ohio State.
And he'll lead the kickoff right there. We'll start from the 25. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense back on the field. The last possession, they were stopped on a 4th down try. Can they get something going here? Down he goes, a sack.
And just like that, you squeeze the life out of this offense. That's another sack by this defense. They have been in that backfield the entire game, and a big reason why these guys are enjoying the lead.
Receiver makes the catch. They bring him down. That's a very solid game, but still well short of the first down. Offense will try to convert a 3rd and long from the 27. We'll see if the defense brings the blitz. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Looking for his big tight end. The QB throws his 3rd pick of the day. Not much of a return, but the important thing is the interception sets the offense up at the 45. And the offense makes its way onto the field, hoping for a successful drive. First play of the drive, looking to throw the football. Caught over the middle. It's Thorne.
That's a good job here, staying ahead of the chains. Good pickup here on first down. The quarterback hits the safety valve that time, the big tight end. That'll bring up a second manageable here for this offense.
They flip it to him on the jet sweep. And he'll get the first down yards before they finally bring him down.
The defense has got to do a much better job here of adjusting to the pre-snap motion. They just kind of stayed in place, and it gave the receiver plenty of room there to make a nice play.
Snags the quick throw. Got space, looking to score. Touchdown, Western Michigan. Stretching the lead. This one is getting ugly.
This guy can do it all. We've seen him go behind coverage and make plays downfield. We can see him catch the ball underneath, just like this. And when he catches a football, he is so dangerous after the catch. This one leads him into the end zone for the 6 points.
He thought about returning it, but instead takes a knee. It'll be a touchback, and they'll start at the 25. Here comes the powerful Buckeye offense back onto the field. This drive is important. Last one ended in an interception. Let's see if they can get it going here. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Breaking free at the 35. They make the stop, but not before a solid game that time. It's a strong run, keeps the drive going. First down now. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. And he can't escape. It's a sack for the defense.
Well, that takes the wind right out of your sails. This offense is trying to find a way to get back into this game, and another pressure and a sack against their quarterback.
We'll see if they can overcome the sack. Second and very long. And with nobody open, he chooses to just throw it away. The offense now facing a third and long from the 26. Got to avoid a mistake here. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. Short throw complete to the tight end.
But I thought we'd see this tight end all game long within this game plan, but that's just his second catch of the game. The defense has done a nice job of being able to recognize where he is and take him out of this plan.
He'll call for the fair catch here. The Western Michigan offense back on the field now. They've really built momentum in this game. They've been hard to stop. Can the defense make some adjustments? Come up with a stop here. Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete.
In college football today, the quarterbacks get rid of the ball often so fast that this is a great example for young players on the defensive line. If you can't get to the quarterback, watch their eyes and try to get your hands up so when the ball comes, you can knock it away.
The offense with 5 receivers now, empty backfield. Third down play here out of the shotgun. And that pass is hauled in over the middle. Defense finally brings him down, but a nice chunk play.
Well, this quarterback is unflappable. Here they are working with the lead in the second half. Get to a third down. You got to throw the football. This is where you trust the quarterback to make a good decision, an accurate throw. He does it. You convert, and you keep working that clock.
The offense will line up. Chance for a couple more plays before the end of the quarter. You give it to the big fullback here. You make the tackle, but he gains enough to make the first down in what should be the last play of the third quarter. First and 10 play coming up. Well, Kurt, Western Michigan has the lead here. Hasn't been much of a contest so far, and the stats will reflect that. As we enter the fourth quarter, let's see if this game can get a little bit more competitive. So here we go, first play of the quarter. The offense has a first down. To throw, it's Little. Using his legs on the scramble. He'll avoid the tackle there with a slide.
Chris, watch him work through his progressions here. Finds the first and the second option aren't there. By the third option, he's got to pull it down and try to pick up some positive yards, which he did, and then he slides down to avoid the big hit.
Less than a yard to go as they come to the line on second down.
Gain of 2. And And that's a first down.
Big guys up front lined up. It's first down. The back's got it. And they finally stop it, but a decent gain that time.
Hey, listen, you don't always have to have big plays to be successful. It's a nice, solid gain here. Keeps you on schedule, and you get ready for that next play.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. Got a lane. Can he get in? Touchdown, Broncos. To stretch the lead, the route is on.
Number 27.
The extra point is good, and they stretch the lead a little bit more. The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away.
Western Michigan, 42, Ohio State.
He'll take the return and try to get some better field position. And he stopped at the 20, tried to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense back on the field. They were forced to punt last time. Can they get this offense going finally? Get some points out of this possession. Quick throw to his receiver. And he's got his man open downfield. Tackle is finally made, but it's a huge gain all the way to the 48-yard line. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. Grab down the middle. It's Pereira. Defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play.
Well, fourth quarter down by a couple of scores. This offense doing everything they can to not just score points, but do it in a hurry, try to preserve the clock. Here, they're tackled in bounds. They don't pick up a first down. Good job by this defense to keep that clock moving.
He's a wide-open receiver, complete. They bring him down, but that gain moves the ball all the way to the 31.
Hey, that's a great gain right here for these guys, and it hasn't been a good day, let's face it. But I love the fact that they're still fighting. In a drive like this, who knows?
Wow, that is interception number 4 today for this QB. Brought down after a short return at the 20 to snuff out the scoring threat in the red zone.
Boy, would this quarterback love to have this one back. They're trying to work themselves back into this game here in the second half. And the defense comes up with a big turnover that could be the nail in the coffin.
Receiver looks it in. It's complete. They make the tackle, but that pass creates a solid gain.
Boy, this receiver in the slot is giving this defense all kinds of problems. He has another catch on the day. You may want to adjust out, get out of your base, maybe try 5 or 6 defensive backs on the field, somebody that can match up more athletically against this slot receiver.
And he's brought down, but he does have enough for the first down.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
And that's the 2-minute warning as this offense tries to work the clock, getting closer now to an impressive victory. Only a small gain. Now looking at 2nd and 9.
Well, anytime you use your quarterback as a runner, the goal is obviously to hit some big plays. You've got to be careful of letting your quarterback take too many big hits. Not only can he get tired, he can also start to fumble the football.
They stop him out at the 42. That's a solid gain, getting closer to midfield.
You know, I'd say this run is pretty emblematic of what we've seen all day long. No matter what they've done on offense, the guys up front have controlled the line of scrimmage. They've given the quarterback time to throw. They've been able to run, really, whatever they've wanted to. That's why the points are going up on the board. Right now, the psyche of this offense is we're in control, and we can do whatever we want whenever we feel like doing it.
Well, this one ended up being a blowout. They get the W, but they also make a pretty strong statement here today.
Yeah, I thought this game would be a lot closer. At least